Millions of people wake up every single morning and log into their bank accounts just to look at a number. They see $50, maybe $100,000 sitting perfectly still in cash. Even though every piece of historical and mathematical data proves that holding excess cash is a guaranteed way to lose wealth. So why does this habit of financial hoarding never disappear? Picture a normal Wednesday afternoon. You are a high earner. You just received your bi-weekly paycheck. You pay your mortgage, you clear your credit card, and then you transfer a massive chunk of money directly into a high-yield savings account. You look at that growing balance and feel a profound, overwhelming sense of relief. You didn't gamble it on a volatile stock market. You didn't buy a risky piece of real estate. You built an impenetrable fortress. You feel incredibly responsible. But a brilliant and entirely invisible trap has just been executed right in front of you. You think keeping your money in cash is a safety net, but actually you are bleeding money every single day. We are taught from childhood that cash is king. We are told by parents and teachers that protecting our principal balance is the ultimate mark of an educated, disciplined adult. We treat cash as a permanent store of value. We believe that a dollar saved today will possess the exact same strength a decade from now. But cash is not a safety net. It is an emotional pacifier. Imagine holding a massive block of ice in your hands. You lock it inside a heavy steel vault. You hire armed guards to protect the door. You feel completely secure. But 10 years later, you open the vault and find nothing but a puddle of water on the floor. Nobody broke in, nobody stole it. The environment simply melted it. Most people disagree about this. If you ask traditional financial advisors, they will praise you for having a massive cash cushion. They say it brings peace of mind and proves you have elite self-control. Some economists argue the exact opposite. They claim that hoarding cash in a modern, inflation-driven economy is a form of slow-motion financial suicide. Here's where people are split. Is cash the ultimate king, or is it a guaranteed liability? People don't make bad money decisions. They respond to the environment around them. And your environment constantly terrorizes you with breaking news of market crashes, economic collapses, and bursting housing bubbles. The media knows that your brain is biologically wired to crave absolute certainty in a chaotic world. So you hoard cash to buy that certainty. You happily trade the opportunity for massive growth just to ensure the number on your screen never goes down. But the real reason this habit destroys wealth is much stranger. You do not hoard cash because you don't understand inflation. You hoard cash because you are terrified of looking stupid. Think about the psychology of a financial loss. If you invest your life savings in the stock market and it drops 20% in a single month, you feel like a fool. You blame yourself. Your spouse might question your judgment. You feel the sharp, agonizing sting of personal regret. But if inflation silently steals 20% of your purchasing power over 5 years while your money sits in a checking account, you don't blame yourself. You blame the government. You blame the global supply chain. You blame the politicians. Hoarding cash allows you to completely outsource the blame for your own financial decline. You are paying a massive, invisible tax just to protect your ego. You're choosing the slow, quiet failure that everyone else is experiencing over the terrifying possibility of failing on your own. Look at this exact same situation from a completely different economic position. The middle class views cash as a trophy. The bigger the pile, the more successful they feel. They use it as a scoreboard. But the ultra-wealthy view cash as a rapidly decaying biological asset. To them, holding excess cash is like holding a hot potato. The absolute moment they acquire it, their first instinct is to get rid of it. They know that a fiat currency is structurally designed to lose value over time. So they immediately trade that depreciating piece of paper for a piece of the tangible world. They buy businesses, index funds, infrastructure, and real estate. They trade a localized hallucination for absolute physical reality. The biggest financial advantage isn't intelligence, it's which game you're playing. The cash hoarder is playing a game of absolute certainty. They are prioritizing the avoidance of short-term embarrassment over the pursuit of long-term freedom. They want to sleep soundly tonight, even if it means they will have to work a decade longer to afford retirement. The wealthy are playing a game of multiplication. They know that short-term volatility is simply the toll you must pay to travel on the highway of compounding interest. Let's slowly reveal the invisible forces holding this entire machine together. The incentives of the global banking system desperately require your fear. Banks need you to be terrified of investing so you leave your money sitting safely in their accounts, because the exact moment you do, the bank takes your perfectly safe cash and invests it in the exact volatile assets you were too afraid to buy. Your extreme caution provides them with the cheap liquidity they need to rule the world. The structures of central banking are meticulously designed to target a 2 or 3% inflation rate every single year. The system is openly, legally telling you that your cash will lose its value by design. The social pressures of your peers convince you that a massive savings account makes you responsible, blinding you to the invisible math operating in the background. And the probabilities dictate a ruthless, undeniable truth. The stock market will volatile in the short term, but cash will lose its purchasing power with 100% mathematical certainty in the long term. The people who saved themselves into a corner did not fail the system. They followed the system perfectly. They did exactly what the economy required them to do to function smoothly. They absorbed the inflation, they provided the liquidity for the financial sector, and they prioritized their ego over their mathematics. Wealth is often less about effort and more about position. If you position your entire net worth in paper currency, your effort will constantly be drained. You will paddle against a furious, invisible current for your entire life, wondering why the cost of housing, healthcare, and groceries always seems to outpace your new massive salary. You will feel safe, but mathematically, you will be bleeding every single day. But if you position your wealth in productive assets, you step out of the current entirely. When you finally understand this, your entire relationship with risk completely shifts. You realize that there is no such thing as zero risk. You are always taking a risk. You can take the volatile, terrifying risk of owning a piece of the global economy, which historically leads to immense generational wealth. Or you can take the comfortable, silent risk of holding cash, which mathematically guarantees your decline. You stop treating money as a permanent emotional pacifier. You recognize that the desire for absolute financial certainty is the exact mechanism that guarantees you will never actually be free. The ice is melting. The only question is how long you will stand there holding it.